Hi, Kashmir. This is Tabetha from Fiverr, and thank you so much for doing my MP3 reading and all your patience while I took the time to put it together. I have not necessarily been feeling my best and wanted to make sure that I took the time to have my energy clear before connecting with your own. For me, when I ask for dates of birth is not because I do astrology, although I understand what it is roughly to be a Libra, a Virgo, Capricorn, etc. I personally, I'm a Sagittarius, but I have no idea what it is to be born in a certain place under a certain time. I don't do charts in that way. Basically, what it is when you send that information, it's I guess, a subconscious connection that it gives my guides permission to speak to your guides and to Chris, but also to you specifically, your life path energies. It triggers my clairvoyance, clairaudience, and clairsentience, and then allows me to have visions, numbers, colors, things that I put together. And then I have to actually line that up before I just sit here and blurt things out to you that don't make sense, like tree or butterfly or whatever it is. So I do this for a couple hours before doing the recording. So again, sorry that I couldn't get this to you sooner, but the accuracy is more important to me, that I want to feel confident that I'm delivering the message I feel the universe wants you to hear regarding your specific it's a tough word sometimes, questions. So when I can tap into you, I feel like folks may see you as an excitable and animated soul that's caught somewhere between introspection and enigma. Yet when I attach to your vibrations, you clearly come across as being very lovely, innovative, and you're a vibrant young woman. Yes, I know you're 33, but I'm going to be 48, and I would say that that's still, there's a lot of youth and I guess innocence there. I believe you don't have an issue speaking your mind. It sometimes may even be considered frank or blunt to others, but you're quite clever when you don't overthink things. Life may always run on the odd end of hectic for you, especially since I feel you dream of being organized or an efficient planner in your personal life. To be the person who knows how to get things done in a timely manner for yourself and for those around you. I feel like you have great ideas or projects that you've been wanting to do maybe for years, but somehow everyone else's needs come first. Their needs, their projects, their emergencies seem to take command over your own. Because you're a genuinely caring and compassionate person, others tend to come running to you for a hug or a pat on the back, or for that feeling of empathy they can't seem to get anywhere else, mainly because you are indeed empathic and feel things on such an epic scale, I think, in comparison to others. And meaning, if I feel something on a scale of 1 to 10 and it's a 3 to me, it could be a 6 or 7 to you. Of course, on the flip side of that coin, like all of us, you have to be wary of exhaustion, fatigue, and negative associations of becoming obstinate, headstrong, or impulsive. Mainly because once you start down that road, it never ends well, especially from a financial standpoint, or health either, causing terrible physical ailments such as stomach or digestive concerns like IBS or food allergies. I don't know if maybe you've ever experienced hives from anxiety or nervousness, hair thinning or loss, or any other type of discomfort, because you truly are a sensitive soul. And it's why I'm sending you, by the way, some free links on YouTube from a couple of different speakers. I came across their work some time back for another client. I read and listened and watched everything I have referred to you and found it even helpful to me. So whether it helps you or not, I feel inspired to share it with you because I'm hoping it can help guide you on your journeys you're going forward. So now, with all that said, as I said, you're being sensitive, you're seen as innocent, and you have this raw energy and vibrance. That's what drew Chris to you to begin with. Not because he was malicious or he intended to harm you. I have a vision of a bull in a china cabinet, quite literally. He is someone who on the outside laughs and jokes, and he wants to be successful and driven, and he's charming and attractive and fun, but deep down inside, he's negative, pessimistic. He thinks he's being a realist, but in actuality, I feel he has struggled maybe since he was a young man. Maybe he felt bad for his family. Perhaps his family had difficulty with something in particular going on. He wanted to make things better for them. He wanted to succeed, and I don't know. And maybe he has somewhat succeeded financially, but he struggles emotionally. Commitment terrifies him, and he battles depression. He does lack self-esteem at times, even self-confidence at times. You gave him strength. You helped him believe in himself. But then, after a while, even he himself recognized he was not going to be able to give you what you were looking for. I do not believe he intended to set out to harm you or to break your heart. He wanted better for himself. He saw you as a queen, as a prize, as an opportunity to do better, but he is swinging out of his league. That's what it really boils down to. He thought he could rise up by connecting to you. Yes, you were helping him, but mostly you were inspiring him. And he thought that he could put it together, but he just can't. He has bad habits. He has a lack of responsibility. He's tempted by everything in the world. And poor choice is a habit he's going to have all the rest of his life if he doesn't do something about it. And you have your own pain and suffering, it feels like, from your own childhood. And so you have meticulously worked so hard to make things perfect in a world you can control or believe you can control, so that you can no longer feel the pain and rejection and abandonment or criticism and judgment and lack of value that you might have felt all your life or in the beginning of your life. Perhaps you felt victimized and unloved or uncared for by even the closest of people to you. And so when you became an adult, you chose to never let that happen again. The universe is always there to put us back on the path of what we've come here to learn. So, no one is here to suffer. We're equipped with free will, and from our free will, we can choose. We can choose what to think, how to feel, our actions, our reactions. That's the only thing we can control, is us. And sometimes even that is hard to do when emotional duress becomes too much, or fear becomes paralyzing. Anxiety, sickness, perhaps our own body can trap us within unwellness. But it is also our mindset that can work towards a solution. You have a very strong will and a determination, but you also have a very fragile core. And the slightest bit of doubt or fear or things that derail you or can derail you is like a plague. So you might isolate yourself from negativity the best that you can, but you haven't developed the fortitude to face it head on and ignore it. So the universe is helping you go forward, recognizing your manifestations will come true. Chris had a choice. He could have stayed. He could have worked with it. He could have changed. He could have done what he needed to do to make this work, but he believes he couldn't handle it. And so he backed off. He chose himself. He became, as you said, narcissistic and self-serving, useful and using, I should say, using you for selfish purposes. But again, I don't believe that was his original intent. I believe he thought that he could rise above the life that he despises so much. He feels pathetic in the world. He feels like he's just never had a chance. And then when he finally had a chance, he was forced to face for himself that he was the cause of his own issues. You also helped him. See, we ask, why does someone come into our life that causes us so much pain? because ironically you were a guide for them. And before we came here, before we came to earth, we knew our plans. We knew what we would do. We're never separated, we're never divided, we're never abandoned or rejected. These are human conscious creations. There's pain that we feel, but we can work through that. We can work through that through our self-love, our self-care and self-acceptance. And people might say that's not enough. I still feel lonely. I still feel disconnected. I need more. I need to feel connected, attached, valued, respected. I need to receive as much love as I'm willing to give. And you can have that. So, looking very directly at your questions. Why was he brought into your world? To show you that you have to get out of your comfort zone. You said you spent 20 years being in a certain mindset. Well, we're not here to get comfortable. We're not here to get complacent. When we share a phenomenal connection with someone, it's hard to fathom what goes wrong. But we're all timeless and eternal beings, and when we're in source or heaven or whatever we want to call it, we're part of a collective. I was saying this earlier, there's no limits, no boundaries. There's nothing like what we experience here. We're joined universally to everyone simultaneously, and therefore we feel whole. We never experience fear, loneliness, sadness, depression, judgment, hate. We don't have any of that. It's the literal sense of unconditional love and existence. Being in this existence can feel very lonely. So when we connect with certain soulmates, like the person you inquired about, we rejoice in the sensation of home, of being found, and suddenly we're free of our earthly bonds to be ourselves again. It's a very addicting sensation, but it's not what we've come to earth for. We've come here to learn a specific agenda that we created specifically for our soul's journey. And so it's a gentle reminder that we're spiritual beings here for a human experience and not the other way around when certain things go wrong. And again, we have choices while we're here. He didn't not choose you. In other words, you might say, then why didn't he choose me? What's wrong with me? Why wasn't I lovable enough? Why wasn't I valuable enough? Why is he going to choose someone else over everything I gave him and everything I did? But the fact of the matter is that it's not you, it's him. And he's going to have these continued broken relationships all his life until he chooses to change who he is. And you, having the experience that he had with you, may help him change at some point. He was never meant to be your one soulmate, but it doesn't work that way. We're here to experience a variety of agendas. That's why it came. Yes, we're here to experience hurtful things because it judges us as a person on how we respond and how we react, how we deal with our anger, how we deal with our pain. This is what defines us as a soul and helps us reach our highest good through forgiveness and self-acceptance. It's for the purpose of soul ascension. Will you ever get closure from him? I doubt it. Only because of his guilt and because he can't handle confrontation. He can't handle heart-to-heart conversations. He can't deal with hearing you cry or see you upset and know that he caused it. So he'll run from it just like all the other broken hearts before you. It's him, it's not you. And you will grow from this. You will eventually, the more you have self-love, self-acceptance, and understanding that this is just a very brief, minor thing. It doesn't feel that way at the time, and I can truly speak from personal experience. You will move on. And when you have your person that you are happy with and in love with, you'll be grateful he went away because you'll be happier with the new person than you ever were with him. Even though that doesn't seem possible, it is. Who, when, where, and how will you meet your true love, lifetime romantic soulmate? Or will he be my twin flame? Etc. You know the question you asked. So first of all, from what I understand in my knowledge of twin flames, your twin flame is still in the astral world. But I believe we connect with our twin flames through meditation, And when we sleep through astral travel, no matter what carnation they're in, no matter what world they're in, our twins are never divided from us. So you will always be able to reach your twin. I just don't see him physically, or her, or however we see it, in this lifetime. That does not mean that you don't have soulmates, and most of the time it's the soulmates we settle with even when there are twin flames in our lives. You are meant to have love. You're meant to have marriage and children in your life path. I know that you will at least have a daughter. I cannot see exactly when or how. I won't make up things to tell you what you want to hear. I won't create a fantasy. I will only tell you by universal law what is shown to me. That's I guess, what I have to be held accountable for. So I know that as you heal from this, and that has to happen first, you have to find healing. Otherwise, you're going to drag all this hurt and pain into every potential relationship coming forward, and it will be an issue. It will scar or damage potential future love. So I know that you're going to need healing. You're going to work through that. As you get that, then you will meet the current person that will be in your life. It's not going to be just that either. Let me be clear. You're beautiful. You're energetic. You're attractive. You're fun. There's going to be men attracted to you. There are going to be men drawn to you. Not every single one that comes to you and tells you sweet, amazing, wonderful things are the one for you. And you will know that when you see them with real eyes, when you see their need, their heart, when you look through their perspective, look at their combination of why they are single, or what they're doing, or are they looking for fun? Are they looking for a friend? Are they looking for a friend with benefits? Or are they truly looking for a soulmate? So as you go through these experiences, not putting all of the punishment Chris should receive on them, you will find over time how to do that. All I can tell you is that by 2021, you will be happily and, I believe, and engaged to have marriage. And that's what I see. So over that course of time, there's healing, there's your life agenda, there's dating, there's understanding relationships, working on your own personal relationship and the relationship with others. What is your life purpose? Your life purpose is not about wealth. You may think that money or power gives you respect. You may think that you will not be questioned or doubted or treated like a dumb little girl if you have money and power. But the fact of the matter is, your confidence, your self-respect will bleed over into others, and that's what will command the respect you desire. Yes, you can be empowered with enrichment. You're capable of many things, whether that is diplomatic work, it could be working for a cause or an agenda, political or environmental, perhaps for animals, working to be an activist, to change laws or rights for what you may think are abused or neglected animals. Perhaps it's working with children. Diplomacy really is a way for you, because you have a way of working with debate, of getting your point across. But again, you have to work on your strength, because people obviously will disagree with you in debate, and you have to be able to handle opposing views. You have to see their point of view, the root of their point of view, and how to debate and argue their point of view without ever taking it personal, without it ever allowing it to be a personal attack on you. Being a project manager, where you facilitate and coordinate with other people, is also something that I could see you doing. I believe you're meant to be successful financially. You have entrepreneurial energies, and I could see you eventually working to something much more spiritual and something that will lift you up and enlighten you. Will your partner help you with this? I believe so. I do. I believe as you progress and as you move forward, you will have a supportive team. You will have a man who is loving and understanding, who can work with your needs, and who can also be supportive when necessary as well. These are the details that I have. I think the most important part is just to take care of you. It's hard to do, and again, I know that you're trying your best. I've kind of already mentioned some of these things, but you should try to reserve your energy. Slow down, reflect, invite patience and moderation into your daily life. I know you can work very long hours, and you're very easily hard working and driven, but you have to be careful of that exhaustion and nervous tension. You can get cramps like restless leg syndrome or other issues. You need to find a way to relax more, maybe through music. Maybe it is through animals, or find a recreational sport or hobby, maybe running or jogging or swimming. Be aware of potential issues with circulation and skin sensitivity and muscle stiffness. Don't forget the sunblock and to stretch. Also, take care of chest colds or viral infections quickly to avoid bronchitis or chest complaints, allergies, things to that effect. I just feel that that is something that might be a hindrance at times. Avoid health issues. Sometimes you can use scents like corianders, obviously if you're not allergic, sunflowers or tiger lily plants. And as odd as it's going to sound, cats, tigers, panthers, white tigers seem to be your spirit animal and your spirit guide animals. All right, that's what I have now. Let me know if you have any questions. A revision request is not necessary. Follow-ups are included. Use the chat or inbox feature, and I can help you through there. Otherwise, I hope the information I've sent is helpful in this as well, and I wish you many blessings and love and light.